morning, I'm Agustín Zepeda for NewZtar Intelligence. Here is your global briefing for Friday, June 5, 2026. Russia and Ukraine have exchanged memoranda in ongoing peace negotiations, marking the most concrete diplomatic movement in months. Putin delivered a major address amid Western pressure to end the conflict, while Zelensky is scheduled to meet with European leaders in London on Sunday. The Kremlin says a new round of talks will be scheduled after both sides review the documents. But here is where the coverage diverges. Russian media presents this as mutual diplomatic progress with equal agency from both sides. American outlets frame it as Putin being pressured rather than a bilateral negotiation. European media takes a measured middle ground, connecting the talks to Zelensky's upcoming meetings with Western allies. The US added 172,000 jobs in May, significantly exceeding expectations and triggering a tech stock sell-off. The strong labor market data has increased bets that the Federal Reserve will raise interest rates in coming months. Unemployment stands at 4.3%, as the job market shows renewed strength after months of cooling. But here is where the coverage diverges. American financial media emphasizes the negative market reaction and tech sell-off. Mainstream American news emphasizes the positive job growth narrative. European outlets express more concern about global market contagion than US domestic sources. Chinese President Xi Jinping is preparing to visit North Korea, signaling deepening ties between Beijing and the nuclear-armed regime. The visit demonstrates China's strategic importance to its isolated neighbor, amid broader regional tensions. Meanwhile, North Korea's top leader met with a visiting senior Russian official, suggesting coordinated alignment between China, Russia and Pyongyang. But here is where the coverage diverges. American media frames this as strategic concern about China propping up the Kim regime. Chinese state media presents it as routine diplomatic normalization and regional cooperation. Russian media prominently features the North Korea-Russia meeting, suggesting coordinated multipolar alignment. A maritime drone exploded at a Romanian Black Sea port today, raising security concerns along NATO's eastern flank. The incident occurred at a civilian port facility, with no immediate casualties reported. Romanian authorities are investigating the origin of the drone, and whether it was intentional or accidental. But here is where the coverage diverges. European outlets emphasize this as a significant NATO security concern requiring immediate response. Russian media provides minimal coverage and dismisses significance. American media treats it as secondary story with cautious framing pending more information. A leak on the International Space Station forced astronauts to shelter in place following safety protocols earlier today. NASA engineers are assessing the situation and working to isolate the affected module. All crew members are reported safe, and the station remains operational under contingency procedures. But here is where the coverage diverges. American media provides detailed technical coverage with NASA transparency. Russian media, given Roscosmos partnership on ISS, focuses on crew safety and joint response. European and Chinese outlets provide minimal coverage, treating it as routine technical issue. Ireland has imposed travel bans on several Israeli government ministers, escalating diplomatic tensions over Gaza policy. The unprecedented move makes Ireland the first EU member state to impose such restrictions on Israeli officials. Israel's foreign ministry condemned the action as hostile and threatened reciprocal measures. But here is where the coverage diverges. European outlets largely present Ireland's move as justified response to policy concerns. American media expresses concern about EU fracturing and impact on peace efforts. Middle Eastern media amplifies the story prominently, while Israeli outlets condemn it as anti-Semitic. That is your NewZtar Intelligence briefing for Friday, June 5, 2026. News in every angle, every morning. I'm Agustín Zepeda. Stay informed.